Satellite images appear to show extensive damage to a Russian airbase in occupied Crimea that was hit by a series of explosions on Tuesday. 8 warplanes appear to have been damaged or destroyed. Several craters are visible and a large area has been scorched by fire. Ukraine has hinted it was responsible for the explosions without saying how any attack may have been carried out, more than 150 kilometres behind the front line. Russia has blamed an accident at an ammunition store and denied any planes were destroyed. The first image shows what the airbase looked like before the explosions. The second shows that though the base's main runways seem to be intact, there is plenty of damage. In his nightly address, President Zelensky again said Ukraine will recapture all of the territory lost to Russian forces, including the Crimean Peninsula.
Ми вигнали російську армію з північних областей.
We expelled the Russian army from the northern regions. We expelled the invaders from Snake Island. They already feel that the time has come to flee from Kherson and the south of our country. The time will come when they will flee from the Kharkiv region, from the Donbass and from Crimea. And everyone who can help in this should do so.
Our correspondent Hugo Bachega in Kiev told me how significant these images were.
Well, these are the first independent images to confirm the extent of the damage caused by these explosions on Tuesday. They've been released by the US-based company Planet Labs, and they seem to contradict Russia's account of what happened. Moscow has denied that any aircraft, there was damage to any aircraft there after those explosions. And Moscow also denies that these explosions were caused by any attack. Now, there's been growing speculation in recent days about whether the Ukrainians had any involvement in these explosions. Yesterday, there were several media reports quoting unnamed Ukrainian officials suggesting that the Ukrainians had an involvement in these explosions, and that would raise all sorts of questions. Now, Crimea is extremely significant both for Russia and Ukraine, and any attack by the Ukrainians on Crimea could be seen as a significant development, significant escalation of hostilities by Russia.
And bearing that in mind, would Ukraine claim responsibility if it was behind the attack?
That's a very good question, because if Ukraine claims responsibility, then questions will be raised about how they were able to carry out those attacks. The Ukrainians officially don't have the capacity to launch strikes deep into Russian-controlled territory away from the front lines. We had yesterday an advisor to President Zelensky suggesting that perhaps the attack could have been carried out by local resistance groups, even though we don't have any evidence to support that claim. And the Russians also would be in a very difficult position, because if the Ukrainians manage to carry out this attack, it would mean a significant failure in terms of the security positions that Russia has in Crimea. Russia invaded and annexed Crimea in 2014 and has created very strong military positions in the region.
How damaging has this attack been to Russia's military?
Well, Russia hasn't changed its position. It denies that any attack has taken place. It says that the explosions happened because of detonations of ammunition at a storage site. We haven't heard any other information from the Defense Ministry. So any kind of speculation or even confirmation that the Ukrainians were behind this attack would be incredibly damaging for the Russian military.
Hugo Bachega.